Hello everybody and welcome back to Middle Ministries. We are on our second series of the year called Highways and Halos. It is a 3-week series for the month of October. We'll be focusing on prayer through the eyes of the saints and what that looks like. Like I said, this is a 3-week series for the month of October. We will be learning a lot about the saints and prayer, different forms of prayer. Here at Middle Ministries, at the end of every night, there is a weekly challenge as well as prayer facts. So we're constantly learning about new forms of prayer and facts about prayer just in general. But this series in particular will be really focusing on different forms of prayer. And so the first week of Highways and Halos, I'll be giving the keynote, and we'll be learning about what the process to become a saint and recognized as a saint, canonized as a saint, what does that look like? Can you be alive and be a saint? Or do you have to die to be a saint? Does it take 1 year? Does it take 5 years? Does it take 10 years? What does that look like? Who is the youngest saint that is canonized? Who is the oldest? Who is the fastest to become a saint? Who's the most modern? And who is a saint that you personally relate to the most? So that's what we'll be looking at the first week. The second and third week, we're doing things a little bit differently. So the second week, we won't be breaking off into small groups. We will be joining Renovate, so high school, for adoration. So we'll go up into the upper room and participate in adoration until 7:30. Father Zach will be there and we'll have worship and we'll get to join all the high school students. And so get to see what that looks like for whenever you become a high schooler and get to join them here at Renovate. So after adoration at 7:30, we will be going back to the hall. And for 30 minutes, we will be venerating relics. So we'll be learning a little bit also throughout the series of what is a relic, what are the different classes of relics, what exactly is that? And so on the second week of our series, we will, for about 30 minutes, we will be venerating relics. What that is, or to give you a little bit of background there, we are very blessed here at Good Shepherd Middle Ministries. And we know some people that have second and third class relics. And so we'll be learning about what that is. But we'll be having them here. We're borrowing them, using them. They've allowed us to give them temporarily to us just for one night. And we'll have a little bit about those saints and what that is and just learning about it. So, like I said, second week, lots of different things going on in this series. But second week, adoration, and then veneration of relics. The third week, we have a very special guest coming to give our keynote. Miss Amy Chrissy, who's one of our small group leaders here, is going to be giving the keynote on our third week of Highways and Halos. Her favorite saint is St. Francis, or one of her favorite saints is St. Francis. And she'll be talking to us about him in particular and how learning about him has impacted her personal prayer life, her identity as a daughter and sister and mother and wife. Really focusing on one saint impacted her life personally and her prayer life as well and her relationship with God. Also that night, so on the third night, we have a lot going on here, so hang on with me. That third night, Amy Chrissy will be giving the keynote. And then afterwards, we will be having a little bit of a competition. So what we want you to do that third night is show up in your small group's patron saint. Every small group here at Middle Ministries has a saint that they picked for their small group. So that third week, you need to come in your best saint costume. So if your small group picked St. Francis, let's say, you're going to be showing up on that third week in your best St. Francis costume. It can be as simple, let's say, as simple as showing up in your regular clothes with your stuffed animal. Let's pretend if your group is St. Francis. Or as complicated and as detailed as showing up with props. And maybe if you have your full robe as St. Francis and you have painted on the stigmata and you now come with your stuffed animal and maybe you have a San Diego crucifix, and you're like gone full out, whatever it is, come dressed up as your small group's patron saint. What we'll be doing after Miss Amy gives her keynote is having a competition on who has the best costume of the night for your small group. We have 14 small groups here at Middle Ministries. That means we'll be having 14 winners. So each small group has their own winner. Super excited. There are prizes for this. I want to see some super creative costumes. I cannot wait. The other thing we are doing that third week, we have lots of things going on, is every small group will be doing a very short 3 to 5 minute presentation or just like Q&A with us on their patron saint for their small group. So for example, St. Francis. If you are the St. Francis small group, once we vote on who's the best for your small group and we have a winner, then they'll get up and tell us a little bit about St. Francis. Some really cool facts, a little fun things about his history, when he was alive, maybe a little bit about how he was canonized and became recognized as a saint. So 3 to 5 minutes. We have 14 groups, so we'll learn about 14 different saints. This will be really, really fun. I'm hoping to I'm very, very excited, guys, about this series. Super, super excited. October sometimes can be a difficult month because it's right before all our holiday breaks for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're still stressed out about school and all the tests that we'll be going through. So October is a fun month for us here at Middle Ministries. I am, again, super excited for this series and cannot wait for you to join us here. Again, this is our series called Highways and Halos, and I cannot wait to see you soon.